friends, welcome to Jyoti Tandon's kitchen. Happy Thanksgiving. Today I'm sharing the recipe of how to make a full roasted tandoori chicken. Now for this recipe I'm using chicken, but you can adjust the proportions if you're making a turkey instead. So let's get started. The most important aspect of making a good roasted tandoori chicken or turkey is the marination. So I'm doing the marination today and I will be cooking the chicken tomorrow on Thanksgiving. So let me show you all of the ingredients for the marination. We will be using 1 cup of yogurt, 4 tablespoons of unsalted butter. I have actually melted this in advance. I'm going to use 1 tablespoon of honey. I will also be using about 8 to 10 garlic cloves, 1.5 inch of ginger, 2 dried red chilies, and I'm going to be crushing all of this together. 1 tablespoon of fenugreek leaves or methi leaves that are dried, washed, and ready for the marination. And this is a big lemon, but I'll be using half of the lemon as well. 2 kgs or 4.5 pounds of chicken. As for the spices, I will be using 2 tablespoons of Tandoori Masala, 1 tablespoon of cumin powder, 1 tablespoon of my fresh Garam Masala. Please check my channel for the recipe of how to make fresh Garam Masala. Half a teaspoon of pink salt or rock salt, 1 teaspoon of white salt, 1 tablespoon Kashmiri red chili, and 2 tablespoons of coriander powder. So let's start with the marination. So I'm going to mix all of these in a mixing bowl. I've got 1 cup of yogurt. In this yogurt, I'm putting 1 tablespoon of the Kashmiri red chili, 2 tablespoons of coriander powder, 1 teaspoon of salt, half a teaspoon of rock salt or pink salt, 1 tablespoon of my garam masala, 1 tablespoon of cumin powder. It's roasted cumin powder. To this I'm adding 2 tablespoons of tandoori masala. You can use any brand of your choice. I'm also putting the fenugreek leaves or the methi leaves. I'm now going to grate and crush my fresh ginger garlic with the pestle and mortar. So I'm chopping 1.5 inch of ginger, 8 to 10 garlic cloves, and I'm also adding 2 red chilies to it. Okay, now that this is beautifully mushed up, I'm going to add it with the yogurt. I will now squeeze half a lemon in this, and now I'm going to add 4 tablespoons of butter in this. You can also use olive oil if you don't want to use the butter, but in the tandoori chicken I like using unsalted butter. And finally, it's time to put 1 tablespoon of honey. I'll give this marination a good stir before we apply it to the chicken. I left it outside to thaw naturally for around 45 minutes prior to starting this marination process. And safety first, always make sure to wear disposable gloves when you're touching raw meat. I'm going to first lavishly put all of the marination all around it, spread it all over, and the remainder of the marination I also like to fill it inside the hollow space. Now that we have fully lavishly put the marination on the chicken, I am going to tie the legs up just so that the marination that we put inside doesn't fall out and get wasted, and it just holds it intact. I'm also going to make a few slits in the chicken so that it absorbs the entire marination really well for us to cook it tomorrow. Alright, time to cover it up, and I'll put it in the refrigerator overnight so that we can cook it for tomorrow. Hello again! So day 2, today's Thanksgiving day. I'm going to check on my chicken before I put it in the oven. It looks great. It seems to have absorbed the marination, so I'm sprinkling some cilantro leaves on top. Also sprinkling some olive oil. Now the final step before putting it in the oven, I'm going to sprinkle, and you can see I put it in a strainer, 1 tablespoon of cornstarch. This brings a little crispness to the tandoori chicken. Or if you're making a turkey, you can sprinkle that on the turkey, but make sure to double or adjust the quantity of how much you use based on the size of the turkey. So I'm going to put it in the oven at 425 degree Fahrenheit for 30 minutes. Now that 30 minutes are done, I have taken out the chicken and I'm going to flip it over. I'm also going to pick up some of the marination gravy and the juices on top because that's what really has the flavor in it. Time to now sprinkle the corn flour on top, and it's time to put it back for 30 more minutes at 425 degrees. I'm going to flip it one last time to its original position and let's cook it for 10 more minutes. So we have cooked the chicken for total of 70 minutes, 30, 30 and then 10. Alright, so our tandoori chicken is fully roasted. I'm finally sprinkling some chaat masala on our tandoori chicken, and I'm serving it with yogurt and mint raita. So here's wishing you a very happy Thanksgiving. Friends, you can find the recipes for the entire Feast of Thanksgiving on my channel. So please like and subscribe to Jyoti Tandon's Kitchen, and always remember, eat naturally, live happily.